It's amazing, actually.
All right, Coach.
Starving.
Congratulations on the win. Opening comments?
Yeah, first of all, really proud of these guys, proud of the team. You know, you get into games like this, and there's so much emotion involved that you can get distracted in the emotion. You can get distracted by the adversity. And I'm really proud of this group and the whole team and these guys in particular because they bought into the preparation, and they continue to do it week in and week out. That we really believe in a formula for success around here, and that starts on Monday and continues Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, where they can be in a really good place knowing, hey, yeah, there's going to be some adversity. As long as we stick together, right, we can turn the corner. And then today's game was no different. First quarter was tough. You know, we're a little off offensively. You know, they got the lead, but I don't think anybody panicked, and that's a sign of a really good team. We showed great poise and composure. Second quarter was obviously huge in the ball game, some critical third down conversions. DeAndre Moore, Ryan Wingo, Trey showed up, Trey Wisner, and then the defense started turning the ball over and stopping the run, and the game went the way that it went. So proud of the guys. Like I told them in the locker room, it's a great win. Getting the golden hat back is a tremendous honor for these guys to have their part of their legacy here. We're going to enjoy it, but the journey's far from over. We got more work to do.
All right, we're going to go to questions. Again, raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you. We're going to come right here on the front row on the right-hand side.
This question for Danny Davis, the Austin American Statesman. This question for both Steve and Contravian. Could you take me through Silas's fumble recovery and just the hustle he showed on that play?
You know, one thing for Silas I want to touch on, then I'll let Trey go from there. You know, he transferred from Oregon State where he was kind of the go-to guy, and he's assumed a little bit of a different role here, and that transition was tough for him. And Coach Jackson, myself, just continued to push him to stay positive, keep working. He probably had his best week of practice this week that he's had since the regular season began. And it showed in his play. He was playing faster. His effort was better. He was courageous on some punt returns that early in the game to keep field position. It was a total effort play for him to make that play in the end zone, and then he finally got the big punt return. But I think it was all a byproduct of kind of his, just his focus on staying positive, continuing to work, and then the result was, he was very impactful in the game today. I don't know, Trey, if you want to touch on anything else.
Yes, like Coach said, that's just who Silas is. He practiced hard every day. His effort is A+ every day. So for him to come in and correct one of my mistakes, I commend him for that.
All right, we're going to stay on the front row right here in front.
Eric Henry, Horns 24/7. Steve, obviously the final score was what it was, but I was wondering if you could talk about how crucial the defense's performance was in the first quarter when Oklahoma had short fields and they held them to only the 3 points, especially with the offense kind of finding its footing.
Yeah, no, it's huge. I mean, they were getting stuck with some really tough field position, getting short fields. The ball was on our end of the field, and they kept putting out fires. And, our defense has assumed a real kind of swagger about them and the way they play and a real confidence about them. And, we do sudden change drill once a week, and so they know what to expect when that stuff comes, and nobody panics. They just go take the field, and they keep playing. And what I love about our defense, it's not about one or two guys. There's 11 guys out there that play really well together. We rotate a lot of players, and everybody has confidence in the next guy that's going in, and I think that allows us to stay fresh and continue to play well against the run and the pass.
All right, we're going to go on the far right side here to Chip.
Chip Brown with Horns247.com. For Quinn, can you just talk about what it was like to be back, how you felt out there, and Steve, what you said the offense was a little off to start the game. Just your thoughts on how it evolved.
Yeah, go ahead, Quinn.
It's definitely good to be back. Grew up not too far from here, so it's always nice getting back in the Dallas air. You can definitely feel it, and it's definitely nice. But yeah, it was a rough start, but I think overall we did a good job of when adversity struck, we overcame it, and it's 10% what happens to you, 90% of how you overcome it or what you do. So overall I think I need to play better, but I think we did a good job overcoming some adversity early.
Yeah, I think just for us offensively, we knew coming in, it was like we had to figure out what they were going to do. We felt like we had a pretty good plan to go attack it. We were a little bit off, and we get sacked early. We're behind the chains a little bit, and we have I think the ball on the 10 to start one series, and we lose 4 yards on first down. And what happens is, and against good defenses, when you don't win on first down and you get behind the chains, then you end up in third and longs. And third and longs are just tougher to convert. As the game went on, we started winning more on first down, and that gave us more 3rd and 5s, 3rd and 4s, and your conversion rate starts to go up. You can extend drives and stay on the field. But I think the running game helped us quite a bit today, especially in that second quarter. We found a niche there running the ball, which then I think opened some things up in the passing game.
All right, we're going to go right on the aisle here in the middle, 3 rows back. Kirk.
Yeah, Kirk Bowles from Houston Chronicle. Steve, obviously you left some points out there. I'm sure you know that.
Thanks, Kurt. Appreciate that.
Okay. The compliment's coming. Okay. I'm just curious the separation of the gap between what the final outcome showed. What does that show about how good your team is?
Well, like I said, I think that we played well in all 3 phases today. And I think, as a football team, and as you try to build a team year in and year out, we don't ever want to be one-dimensional. We want to have the ability to play well in all 3 phases, and we want to have the ability, if one of those phases might be a little off, like the offense was early, the defense and special teams can continue to play really well until that phase gets itself going. And we felt like we've built a team to do that, and we feel like we've got confidence in all 3 phases to affect the game and create explosive plays in whatever facet it is. And so it's not always, I think sometimes people look at a score, it's like, well, the offense needed to go score 50 points for it to look the way a game's supposed to look. When you play great defense and you hold the team to 3 points, 34-3 is a heck of a win, in this type of a ball game. So I just think it's because we play really good complementary football, and we've got a team that has 3 phases that is more than capable of controlling the game while another phase might be a little bit off.
All right, we're going to stay on the right-hand side, 4 rows back here in the middle.
Shahan Jayadra from CBS Sports. This is for Steve and for Quinn. How much did you guys learn, do you feel, from how this game went last year, where you have an interception on the first drive? How do you feel like that helped you guys respond in this environment?
You can go ahead, Quinn, first.
I mean, going back to what I was saying earlier, I think our offense is mature, and we understand that adversity is going to strike. And last year it struck really early on the first 2 drives with 2 interceptions, and then coming back again on the first drive, it happened. So, it's something that we've seen before, and we understand how to continue to try to get out of that funk. But at the end of the day, I think we did a good job of that.
I think just for me, I think really as a team, I think we're a mature team, and I think our team really exudes a lot of poise and composure. And I didn't ever feel like going into the game like we were jumping up and down to us because we're so excited for the game. It was more, do we have the right mental intensity, the right focus to stay grounded, to stay clear-minded, to execute the plan? And when things were a little bit off, it was easier to kind of regroup and then continue to move forward. So, but again, that's a credit to these guys and their leadership on our team, and that kind of works its way throughout our entire locker room.
All right, we're going to go on the left-hand side, 4 rows back in the middle. Newey.
Newey Scruggs, NBC, DFW. Quinn, for you, coming off, being gone for a couple of weeks, getting back into the flow, was there a little bit of a couple of the missed throws just being off and it took you a minute to kind of get yourself going?
Yeah, I mean, you coming back after 2 weeks being injured and whatnot, you sure hope that stuff like that doesn't happen. But at the end of the day, I think that I should have definitely made those throws, and I'm not going to tell you it was rust because I practiced the last 2 weeks, and it's just solely on me.
All right, we're going to come to the front row, right here on the right-hand side. You.
Anwar Richardson, Orange Bus. Hey, Coach, your defense, this is the 4th game where they haven't allowed more than 10 points, even giving up double-digit points twice. Can you just talk about what this defense has done in the first half of the season and the play of Anthony Hill and what that's been looking like for you as well?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of credit that can go around to some of our veteran players, Michael Taff and Anthony Hill, Baron Sorrell, and Alfred Collins, Vernon Broughton, and then Jade Barron. And then there's this influx of some new faces, right? Whether it's a Trey Moore, Andrew Makuba, Colin Simmons, some of the new faces, getting Jalen Gilbo back. But we're a veteran defense when you really look at us, and these guys have played a lot of football, and they may not have all been the stars a year ago, But they've grown into playing really good football individually, but I think more importantly, they're playing really good football collectively. The communication on the defensive side of the ball right now is better than we've ever had it in 4 years, and I think that's a byproduct of Michael in the back end and Anthony in the front, of just communicating, getting everybody on the same page, and then playing really well together. Again, I don't think defensively, like, we rely on one guy to go get 3 sacks to play good. It's everybody playing well together, getting the call. We're tackling really well. We're not missing tackles and giving up explosive plays, and we're staying on top in the back end. I mean, we're just not letting balls get thrown over our head, and so we can make it hard on teams to have to drive it the length of the field.
All right, we're going to stay in the aisle here in the middle, go 5 rows back.
Josh Newman, LoneStarLive.com. Michael, through 6 games, how optimistic are you, not just on where this defense is, but maybe how much better this defense can be over the second half of the season?
Yeah, I always say our best ball is yet to come. We only let 3 points up today, but we're going to go look at that film, and we're going to see some run fits that I missed, that some other people missed, and we're going to clean those up. And our best ball is yet to come. I don't think there's a better way to say that, because the press and everybody around outside the locker room might say, wow, this is such a complete defense. But everybody in the locker room knows that the offense gets after our butt a lot during the week of practice. And so we have so much to get better at. And that's what I'm so excited for, is because we get to go against an offense like that every single day. Mm-hmm. Coach talks about us having swagger and confidence. You wonder why. I mean, we get to go against Quinn Ewers, Isaiah Bond, Matthew Golden, Gunnar Helm, Kelvin Banks, Cam Williams, Jake Majors. I could go on and on and on about those guys. And so that gives us the confidence, is the preparation, and we just know that the best is yet to come.
All right, we're going to go on the right-hand side, second row, 3 in.
For Anthony, when they get the pick early and you guys are on the field, sudden change, what is the mentality for this defense, and kind of what Coach Sark said about you guys being able to kind of hold the fort while the offense gets its footing?
We kind of understand that offense is tough, and we trust Quinn, and we know that we're gonna have to play defense at one point in the game. So we kind of just trusted him and did our job every play, and that's what led to us having a good stop.
All right, we're going to go right here to Michelle, 4 rows back in the middle.
Quinn, you've handed OU some of its worst losses in the rivalry's history. Being a Texas kid, what does it mean to you to have that kind of as your history? And then for the rest of the guys, just what does this mean? What does this win mean for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to come here and be able to play in this game in general, and just the opportunity that we are all given to come up here and play against them at a neutral site. And it's been fun the past 3 years, and I'm super glad to be 2-1. And over 500 in the game for sure, and the overall experience and atmosphere is it's unbeatable. So it's not hard to get up for this game, and we really enjoy the moment.
All right, we're going to go back to the risers for the next question in the middle.
Dabney Serta, TSTV Sports. And Anthony, I just saw your Twitter post. Can you explain the whole Baker Mayfield jersey?
I just felt like it was a right thing for me to do. I seen all the stuff they posted last year, so I feel like it was right for me to get a little touch of something on them. So I just had to post me a little something to make the team and make us feel good.
All right, we're going to go right here in the third row on the right side to Cedric.
For Cedric Golden, Austin American Statesman. For Anthony and Michael, you guys are on the bench at the end of the game. How important was it to keep them out of the end zone and get a nice little last zinger? Because the score, we already know who was going to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, we always talk about the standard is the standard. No matter who's in the game, we have a standard, and that's to keep our opponent out of the paint. And that's what we preach every single day. That's what we live by. And, it feels good as a defense to know that they never scored a touchdown. And so no matter if it's 50-0 or it's 34-3, the standard's the standard. That's how we're going to play. We're going to, uplift the guys that are in the game if we're on the sideline, or if we're in the game, the standard's the standard. And I'm so excited. I'm so proud of this whole team.
I would just like to say I'm proud of a lot of the young guys that was in the game on that last drive. We kind of made an emphasis on just keeping them out the end zone, and they held up to our standard, and I'm just thankful that they did that, and we're just going to keep pushing forward some of the young guys because we know we're going to need them in the back end of the season.
All right, we're going to go to the third row, third seat in right here for a question. Good time for two more.
Hey, Steve, Dan Wolken, USA Today. I know winning or losing this game is always going to be a big deal on its own, but how different does it feel to you knowing that, you're going into now the real heart of SEC play, Georgia, versus in the past where you'd go into the Big 12, no disrespect to, to those teams?
Well, I think first of all, we got to give this game the respect it deserves. This is a big game at the University of Texas. This game matters to us. I know it matters to Oklahoma, obviously. So there's a lot that goes into this. In my opinion, this is the greatest atmosphere in college football. It was a fantastic atmosphere again today. We're fortunate and blessed to be part of it, and full of gratitude that we get to be. I mean, you think about the 120th time these two programs have met. So that's one thing. The second thing that I think I'm impressed with our guys, yeah, we enjoyed the win, don't get me wrong, and the locker room was fun and all that, but it's almost like our team knows there's more work to do. And 2 years ago when we won the Golden Hat, I mean, you might have thought we won the Super Bowl. This year it was like, okay, we got the Golden Hat back. All right, let's put it in the trophy case and let's keep grinding, let's keep going. And so I think that's the mentality of our team.
All right, we're going to go on the far left along the aisle, three rows back.
Hey, Steve. David Eckert, Austin American Statesman. What happened to Isaiah Bond and what's his outlook? And did Quintravian Wisner earn the right to start at running back moving forward?
Isaiah got an ankle. He did it early, and then he kind of re-aggravated it again later in the game. So he wasn't able to go, so we'll continue to monitor him. I think one of the beauties of all of our guys at multiple positions, a lot of times on our team, and I've been saying this since training camp, it's hard to tell the difference between our ones and our twos. It really is difficult. Like I would argue they're the same, and the running back position isn't much different than the safety position, the linebacker position, or the quarterback position. And these guys are just up here, and they'll tell you the same. Like, we have a really competitive roster that loves competing with one another and pushing one another to become the best that they can be. And Trey Wisner, Jaden Blue, Ryan Niblett, Jarrett Gibson, each game it's been a kind of a different guy that has shown up that we've needed to go win that game at the running back position. And so week in and week out, we prepare our guys to play, and then by the end of the week, it's like, okay, what's the plan to feature who, when, and how, and put them in the best position to have some success. And so today, Trey wasn't planning on coming and being the feature back, but you could feel his presence on the field, and that was the hand that we went with to try to go solidify the win. Different weeks, it's been different guys, and I don't think that part's going to change a whole lot.
All right, we'll finish with that. Congratulations, guys. Thank you so much.
Have my corn dog. I ate it for you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to do breakouts in here now for the University of Texas.